Hell, guys, it's probably loud right now, but look who we ran into again. Our old buddy Gary. My other boss man. The other boss man. So, 580 the boss man. Check him out, though. Over here in this big old 389, we just looking a little bit ratty next to that new truck. We didn't plan this, but it kind of worked out, didn't it?
Hey.
So, it seems like it always does. We never plan it, and we end up getting into the same area about the same time.
You can see each other every day. Now we have to.
Bam.
2 ships passing in the night.
Yeah, that's the way it is out here in trucking. You know, your buddies, you never running the same way as each other. You're always crossing paths instead of tagging along. So one of these days we'll get to tag along, but I don't know if we can keep up with that monster or not. We try.
I keep her ears back.
Keep her back. Yeah, he sets her down about 77 miles an hour and just rides. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all check out Gary, and we'll get back to me complaining about this fuel here in a minute. Is that right?
That's right.
You going to go ahead and take that one loose while it's still on there?
What do you mean?
This one right here. We can get it out and take it off out here, right?
Yeah, I can get it off right. What we're doing here?
We're going to take this pump off of here.
Okay.
That my boss messed up.
I bought it that way.
That's what fertilizer do to a boat.
Yep.
I have to cut them off.
We can do that
See
too.
it just spinning.
Okay.
Side of itself. We're gonna need more done too.
Okay. I'll just take the hot wrench to it. At the big gun.
Yeah, they gonna come off that.
We're gonna break it and what we're gonna do.
They're to break, yeah. They're gonna break or they're gonna come off.
Need a better pair of vice grips.
Yeah. Shit on them.
There's no need in saving them, boss.
Well, they're good for another 10 years. Welcome back to the Bossman and Loading Nut Show.
Yeah. Lordy. Yeah. It's gonna be a show, all right.
Got that coupler loose. Huh?
Yeah, we may have
I
to.
might have to hit it a little bit.
May have to pry it a little
No,
bit.
it ain't gonna come off right now because it's bolted up down here still.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's gonna be right to split that shaft a little bit. See right here? Put it and spread it apart where to come off of that shaft.
There she is, folks. Whoever put this together did not do it together right. They didn't put no anti-seize or nothing on nothing.
They just throw it together and send it out the door.
Yep.
Sounds like something I'd do.
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. clean that up, paint it, but I guess I'll have time.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Friday. As you see, we're in the shop. Just got back from Kansas this morning. We have been out since last Sunday. Started out in Amarillo, running from Amarillo over to Littlefield, Texas, and to Clovis, New Mexico. Had about 40 loads we had to get, and we got all those taken care of about midweek. Then we ran on up to Woodward, Oklahoma, and started moving loads into Kansas. So, good old Mother Nature moved in on us up there last night and had a blizzard warning and everything else. So we caught some loads coming back to North Texas and Amarillo, and got back down here to the shop today, and we're doing some maintenance. So let me kind of fill y'all in on what's going on. Bossman's trailer that he pulls, the one he's been pulling, the pump started leaking on it, and ended up getting a new pump for it. Of course, what y'all seen right there at the beginning was us getting it off. Fertilizer, rust, everything. Anything that's just regular metal that it gets a hold of will rust the shit out of it real quick. So had a little trouble with the bolts getting them out of the cage that pump and the motor sets in. And this particular trailer is different than our other two. This one here runs off of a Honda motor, a gas powered motor, and our other two trailers run off hydraulic motors. So, and not a roper pump, but a banjo pump. They got, not banjo, what's the name of them pumps, boss? Buoy. Got buoy pumps on the other two trailers. So so that's what's going on out here with Big Blue and the Bossman. And as far as the rat rod, we ran into some trouble. I guess my second day out, Sunday, actually, yeah, Monday, when I got fuel midday on Monday. I ran it, got out and ran all day Sunday, and then got fuel midday Monday. And this tank right here, when I filled it up, somewhere right in here, and I'm assuming on this weld, there's a weld that goes right here. This tank is cracked out and is leaking pretty good when you fill it up. So we got a new tank ordered. Supposedly it was going to be here today or Monday. Has not showed up yet today, so I'm not going to hold my breath because I'll probably die. And if I hold my breath for it, but it is probably going to be here Monday. So what I'm about to do is finish draining this tank. It don't have too much fluid in it, too much fuel in it. Maybe a little, about a quarter of a tank. I didn't fill it all the way up last night because I knew I wanted to take the tank off. Got a 55-gallon drum here, and we got a pump over here to pump it over. And if I need to pump a little more, I got another 55-gallon drum out there that we can use to finish it up. So we should be able to have enough to get it off. I'm gonna get that tank off of there, and then I'm gonna cap off the fuel lines, the return and the suction line, so they don't leak. And I want to back this thing back out. Probably come down here tomorrow and do it. And I need to I want to pressure wash everything under there while I got that tank off, and I can get to everything easy. So you can get a lot of that. I got most of my oil leaks fixed finally. And like I told Bossman, I get all my oil leaks fixed, then the damn tank fuel tank starts leaking. Now, also, an update on my exhaust. My exhaust was supposed to be here today, be delivered today. And my thinking was, well, while the fuel tank's off, it'll be easy to redo this exhaust system on here while the fuel tank's off. And I'm going to do from the turbo back. We're going to put new flex. Matter of fact, our parts guy came today from Amarillo. Open up our door here a little bit. Brought our, we got some stainless flex here. So we're going to use that to replace all the flex on here. What's that say? Yep. Y'all know what that says right there, huh? Turn this radio down so we don't get no copyright hits. Yeah, but we're gonna replace everything from here back. Of course, I'll keep these original piping here. I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna put a buffer to them and clean them up. And you're gonna polish them out or paint them. I don't know yet for sure, but my exhaust did come in today. And I say did wholeheartedly. Here's our long drop picket elbows. And then underneath here, we got our stainless T. It's a 5-inch T. And then these are our 7-inch picket elbows, which reduce down to 5-inch to tie into the T underneath. So this did come in. And then over here, we got all our bracketry. Got 4 mounting clamps. We got 2 angled hangers that go on the bottom. Got our bushings. Gasket maker material. And our mounting bolt kits. So we got everything. Now, what was missing was the 7-inch by 102-inch bull hauler turnouts, 7-inch bull hauler turnouts, and they were nowhere to be found. I called 4 state trucks. They said it all was shipped out, and they're going to get with XPO and find out what had happened, because everything was on a pallet. Was supposed to be on a pallet. It wasn't on a pallet. When it showed up, it wasn't even shrink wrapped together no more. These green band clamps they put around them to hold everything together was already broke loose. So needless to say, my top sections that go from this bracket right here up were gone. Or on my tracking, on all my tracking info, it showed that this order went through like 6 different docks. It started out in Missouri and then ended up in, I believe, Kansas City, and went Kansas City, Oklahoma City, Dallas, Abilene, Texas, to Amarillo. So I imagine my stacks are sitting on the dock somewhere, but they're going to go ahead. Big shout out to 4 state trucks and Mr. Kyle, can't think of my representative's last name, but Kyle over there at 4 state, he is sending me 2 more top sections. He's getting them more sent over today. So they'll be here sometime next week, and they're going to file a claim for me through XPO on those that were missing. So needless to say, the rat rod's going to be down for a little bit, because I'm going to pull the tank off and get ready. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go ahead and pull all the exhaust off still. I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and pull the exhaust off now while the tank's off, until I'll kind of wait and see what's going to totally happen with our with the exhaust situation. So my plan, Uncle Adam, he's out. He took the hopper bottom. He's hauling some dry fertilizer from Borger, Texas, down to Mundy, and he'll be back this evening. And I think what's going to happen to me is me and the red truck here, old Clifford, we're gonna I'm gonna be running the T600 here for a few days next week, because we still got about 25 loads to haul out of Kansas, or up to Kansas. And so Uncle Adam and the Bossman are gonna go back up that way. Get these tires while we're standing here looking there. You're gonna go back up there and handle up on that. We still got 2 more loads of dry fertilizer to haul the hopper bomb out of here. So, and it's about a 8-hour day, 8, 9, 10-hour day to do that. So if I leave here at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I mean, I'll usually be back around 3 from hauling that load. And then I can work on my truck, work on the rat rod as parts come in. So, but we need to get this old red truck going anyway and get her on the road, blow the cobwebs out of her. Y'all seen this in videos before. Still got to do some work to the damage on here. And this is the truck I'm probably going to end up buying off the Bossman. I mean, it's just kind of my backup plan. If he ends up deciding to retire and get out of it, he done said he would most likely sell me this truck at a good rate, and it's a pretty good old truck. So it'd be a good truck for me to get started in. But so we'll go try her out this week, and I'll do some videos, do a video of it anyway, one day of running it and seeing how it does and all that good stuff. So right now we're gonna get in here and get this tank drained, and I'll give y'all a little, let y'all see a little bit of that. All right, guys, these pumps come in handy. Where you get these at, boss? You get those at Northern Tool?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Northern Tool. But if you ever need to transfer fluid out of a tank, to move a tank, and man, they'll move a lot of fluid in a hurry too. So all you gotta do is put your suction hose in here, and that's your discharge side, and make sure you're holding on to it, because man, that little pump, it surprised you. It's got some damn pressure behind it. But just hook it up to your battery. You got some little alligator clips to hook it up to your battery. Come over here, turn her on. There you go. Moving some fluid.
To do here, yeah, you gotta shine her up.
You might not know it, but Bossman here's champ at polishing shafts.
Yeah.
I'm just going off what them old cow haulers that used to know you back in the day told me.
Yeah.
No, you used to haul cows, y'all, so you know, watch out for them old cow haulers. These new school cow haulers, they're a little different, you know, but these old school ones like him, I don't know. And like old Gary, old boy I met up with there in Weatherford the other day, y'all got to see. Yeah, watch out for these old timers. Not that I'm no young puppy either. Yeah, once you get that knob polished, throw it down with a little brake cleaner, get a clean rag and wipe her off. Then you want to lube her up.
So we're on easy.
Easy on. He's done there. We got our old pump here. Got our new pump here. It's got a keyway in it. I'm gonna line that keyway up with the keyway on the motor. So, let's get her stabbed.
Old Hercules here.
Hercules. Okay, we're gonna have to pull these bolts out on this pump down here on the bottom.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, so we got her stabbed, y'all.
Yep.
Slid right up on the shaft because Bossman did a good job polishing it. Told y'all he's pretty good at that. What we gotta do is take these 2 bolts out. The bottom's one here and one on the opposite side there. It's going to bolt to this bracket to help hold the pump in place. And of course, the pump itself will bolt to the Honda motor here with 4 bolts there. This coupler has to come off so to slide on up on the shaft. And you just tighten this coupler down, and that's what holds the input shaft on the pump to the output shaft on the motor there.
If it don't work, if it don't, first one I ever messed with, you don't do it right, it won't pump.
Because it just sit there and spin on itself. This one should pump though, because it's got a keyway on it.
Yeah.
Should make the tap. The old ones were just a solid shaft, wasn't it? They didn't have no keyway on.
Have it tightened up. I spent 2 hours over trying to figure out why it wouldn't pump. A brand new pump.
These pumps are called a John Blue pump, y'all. This is your most used fertilizer pump out there. Now, we don't, the other 2 trailers we got, like I was telling y'all, we got those buoy pumps on them. Those we can haul some acid in or corrosive type stuff too with them, but you don't want to haul that with these types of pumps. You want to stick to strictly fertilizer or water. Nothing corrosive, because these are just cast iron pumps, and boy, you'll wear one out in a hurry. Look inside of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's dark. It's dark, but hell, if you want to know, go to johnblue.com. Hell, look at their look at their schematics. It'll tell you all day long how they work. But it's just like a banjo pump. It's got an impeller in there, and one thing good about these pumps is they will also you can shut your valve while you're pumping and it won't hurt nothing. They'll just sit there and cavitate and recirculate within themselves. Or them other pumps we got, they won't do that, will they, boss?
Nope.
You'll blow it down. You start blowing shit up, blowing hoses up and stuff if you close a valve with it still running. So anyway, I was gonna help him get lined out here. He's lined out here now. He's got to change out these this front piece here and this top one here for suction and pressure lines, because these are different type fittings. So he's got to use the ones that were on the old pump there, that way it can hook up to our flanges. See here, these are this bolt up flange, and this is a threaded fitting instead of a clamp style like this one is. So he's going to work on that, and I'm going to go over here and finish draining the fuel tank. All right, as far as the tank here, I got this drum filled up. It's damn near full. Still a little bit of fuel left in here, so we got another one of these drums outside. I'm gonna bring it in and finish getting the fuel out of here, and then I'm just gonna put these drums right here in the corner. That way they're right here. Whenever we get the new tank, I can transfer the fuel right back. These drums this is what we get our motor oil out of. It's Mobile Delvac 1540. It's what we use on everything. So this is our newer drums right here. Got a pump. We got it rigged up with air. We got a gun here. It's got a counter on it. Put 10 gallons on it and put her in the motor and give her hell. So alright guys, we're down here on the bottom now, and this is a suction line, and I believe, I'm trying to see what size they are. I think it's a number 6 1/2 inch, and this is a suction line. Like I said, you got your return line here. It goes into the top of the tank. These lines are tied together in a splitter valve and a T up there. Come back, of course, and tie into this tank on this side. So what I gotta do is I gotta cap this line off, get a plug for it, and tap it off, so that way the fuel won't be trying to come from this tank over here, back to this tank. The return line is not that big of a deal because it won't equalize through there. Here's what it'll equalize out at. So give me a plug for this one there. I might find me a dual male end JIC fitting and just take these hoses loose and put them both together and then tie them up here, and then I can still run the truck or whatever, just have the tank off. So that's what I think I'm going to end up doing. Look at this tank. You can't look here. These tanks used to be painted on this truck. Let's see here. Look at that metal flake in there. Yeah, there used to be some pretty tanks, but this is an original tank that was painted, and the Bossman had to replace this tank a few years back. And so when he put this new tank on, he had them strip this tank down, and they didn't strip the inside out, just the outside, and polished it out. So I bet this old truck was pretty sharp looking truck back in this day when it still had a good paint job on it and these tanks were painted. I mean, that's some pretty paint, man. Some pretty paint. Anyway, I'm gonna find my ends and get them capped off. Then all we gotta do is undo our straps, and then we got our, I'll go ahead and undo this right now while we're under here. This goes to our solenoid in the tank, the fuel level sensor, and we'll be ready to drop the tank. Alright guys, so I went to the lumber yard, to the parts store, got me a dual male number 8 JIC fitting. This is the return line. So I put it in there first because there really ain't no fuel gonna come out. Now this one down here, the suction lines will make a little mess when I pull it off. So I'm gonna pull it off, and I'm gonna put the suction line here, and the return line up here. I'm gonna piece them together and then just put them up out of the way, and we can drop the tank. So that's what I'm about to do. Okay. We got our double nail put in there. So we're ready to pull this tank down. All right, guys, these little table lift hydraulic tables, 500-pound capacity. Another Northern Tool special. They work great for pulling these fuel tanks off. They got a good wide stance to them, and shit, they work really well. So undo these two straps. We're gonna roll her out. Bossman got the pump all ready to go. We had to do a little drilling on this stainless here, this flange. Everybody knows about drilling stainless. It's kind of a bitch. But this little hinge here had broke out on one end. So we ended up drilling a few new holes to go around that, along with the original one. So try to make it a little stouter. We're about to stab the pump and then put the cover back on. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang on to it. Do book or put the bolts on it. There inside the other supposed to be one way. No, what we do to the new bolts. We got any extra bolts?
Extra bolts.
I forgot the battery box.
What you talking about, Willis? Alright, boss man's over there. He's gonna finish accessorizing the pump. It's all where it needs to be. He just gotta hook everything up. Y'all think I keep enough shit under my sleeper? All that came out from my sleeper. I gotta straighten it back up. It's driving me crazy being a mess in there. But here's what we found. You see that crack right there? I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna look at it a little better, but this whole little piece, you can feel of it. You can tell it's been getting thin. It's starting to get a wear spot in it right there too. So it was time. You know, this 1997 truck, that tank's been on there 25 years. I think it's served its purpose. I'm gonna clean it up right quick, get a little brake cleaner, spray it on there, clean it up, and show y'all what it looks like afterwards. All right, guys, you can see it pretty good now. A heck of a crack right here, and this is right where that back side of the strap here. Let's see if we can see in here where that tank rides. Right here. I guess getting into it pretty good. I'm gonna put some new webbing on here. I think we still got some in the parts room out there from where we changed out a strap on that side before. But while I got this tank off, we're gonna do a little bit of work under here, do a lot of cleaning. I can do some good pressure washing, but look at all the room I got to do that exhaust. I mean, got all the room in the world to do that exhaust there, so gonna make it a lot easier. Alright guys, we fired the old K-Dub up for a minute. I know it sounded a little wild there to some of y'all probably, but this old truck, you gotta remember, it's got a PDI manifold turbo and tune. Yeah, it's got a PDI manifold turbo and tune in it. And on these older Cummins, this is a Cummins 570, I believe. I don't know, 870 or 570. It's the very first ISX that come out there in the late 90s, and it doesn't have an EGR, no emission stuff or anything. It's just a straight up pre-emissions motor. So from what I heard on the tuning of these Cummins motors is that PDI on these older ones like this, they advance the timing, so it's once got that lope to it. And after the truck actually warms up, it actually smooths out quite a bit. But we're gonna be taking her out for a few days, a couple days this week. Go in here and kind of walk around right quick and show y'all what's going on. So got all my mess cleaned up, got everything put back under the sleeper all right, got the tank off, put a little dry sweep on my mess underneath for tonight, let it dry up and soak up. I'm gonna clean it up tomorrow. So I got everything put back under the sleeper. Tomorrow I'm gonna come in, I got some hood rollers right here. That's to replace these rollers right there and those right there. So on both sides, those are the rollers that go down in this little channel right here and this channel right here. So help that hood shut a little better. I actually put some new hood bolts in today and castle nuts. So we got that done too. Tomorrow I'm going to back this thing out, and it'll run without the tank with the way I did that fuel line I showed y'all earlier. So we're going to back it out here, and while I got all that room to work, I'm going to pressure wash and clean the shit out of the undercarriage on this thing. That's the plan. And right now I hadn't heard any more back on our exhaust parts, but as far as I know, they're going to be shipping us the rest of the stacks. It just kind of put a hamper on my plans to get all this done before I head back out Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. And so I might have to end up putting the fuel tank on and leaving these stacks on for another week or so till I get another day off to mess with it. But we're covered up right now, y'all. We got fertilizer out the butt to haul. So we ran real hard this week. I was out for 6 days. Like I said, my wife's already calling, want me to come home. So come home and eat. So I better get done here and get home to see her and see if we got the grandbaby and see what's going on there. So my son's here. He's been home for spring break. He goes back to school, back to college Monday, and back to work and all that. So hell, I'll go home and spend a little time with them, and we'll call it good. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with us, and like I said, I'm gonna try to start doing more of these type of vlogs like this. I think they're a little different, a little unique, and hope you enjoy it. So let me know in the comments what y'all thinking about it. And if you made it all the way through this video, leave me 3 trucks like these right here, these little box trucks right here. If I don't forget to put them in there in editing. Half the time I say leave this here and I point down at it, and when I'm editing I forget all about it. So anyway, hope y'all have a good evening, have a good weekend. Of course, this will probably be coming out after the weekend, so have a good next weekend. And it turned out to be a beautiful day today. The wind finally laid down. It's probably in the 60s out here, and tomorrow's supposed to be even nicer, and even nicer on Sunday. So I see a barbecue in my future. I see firing up the grill in my future, and a couple cold ones. So y'all know me, I gotta have a couple cold ones. So have a great day, and as like we always say, keep the shiny side up, the hammer down. We'll catch y'all on the next Radio 6 Driver. We're out.